Texas Twinkies are jalapenos stuffed with brisket and cream cheese. Then they're wrapped in bacon and smoked.
So the first step in making these Texas Twinkies is we actually have to smoke our brisket. Now you could buy brisket that's already smoked at the store if you go to a big box store like Costco or Sam's Club. But today here we're smoking our own brisket. And I'm not going to show you step by step how to trim and smoke it. I have other videos on my channel if you need to learn how to do that also. But today I want to open up my smoker and I want to show you what I got going inside of here. So check out this brisket. We've been smoking for 12 hours on the extreme smoke setting because I wanted to build an epic bark and suck in as much smoke as I possibly could. So now it's time to wrap it and crank up the temperature to 250 degrees. Okay guys, so we are just about done with the smoke of our brisket for these Texas Twinkies. For some reason, this actually took 18 hours to smoke. We did 12 hours at the extreme smoke mode, which runs at about 180 degrees. And then we wrapped it and we let it run for 6 hours at 250 to 275 until it reached an internal temperature of around 202, 204, 200, depending on where I tempt it throughout the whole entire brisket. Now we're gonna enter into the rest phase where we're gonna put it in the oven on a baking sheet so that way the grease doesn't cloud the bottom of my oven for about 2 to 3 hours. And then we're gonna slice into it to make our Texas Twinkies.
Texas Twinkies are known for being in a whole jalapeno. Instead of cutting them in half like a normal jalapeno popper, we'll be cutting a slit down the center of the jalapeno and cutting a little T at the top to help us scoop out the insides. Carefully open up the jalapeno by pressing on the top and bottom to open up the seam that we cut. Then stick your finger in to scoop out as much seeds and veins as you want. The heat lies in those veins, so how much you remove is up to your taste buds. Repeat this step with all of your jalapenos and be sure to wear gloves while you're doing this step. The jalapeno juices can get on your hand and burn them, especially if you have any cuts. Also, wearing eye protection is not a bad idea because I've gotten jalapeno juice in my eye before making poppers and it's really not fun. When you're done, this is what it should look like if you decide to remove the veins. Now we're going to be making our mixture. Today I'm just mixing 1 pound of chopped brisket to 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. Mix this together until it is well incorporated. Now just shove your dirty little paws right into this mixture and stuff the jalapenos until they are full. I haven't found a pretty way to do this yet, so let me know if you have in the comments below. When filling these, make sure that you don't overstuff them as they could ooze out while they are smoking. Now, last but not least, we are going to take our normal cut bacon and we are going to wrap these bad boys up. Make sure to get as much covered as you can for presentation, and that will help the bacon cook easily also. Once they're wrapped, I kind of squeeze all the bacon around with my hands to make sure that they're stuck together really nice. Not sure if this actually does anything to help it, it's just a weird habit that I have, and oh well. They're gonna go onto the smoker now.
We are out here at my Rectech 1250. We're rolling at 250 degrees using hickory pellets. Whenever I smoke something that has bacon on it, I typically like to stick around like 250, 275. That's hot enough to get it cooked within a couple hours, but it still allows it to suck in a little bit of smoke. If you need these quick for game day or a party, by all means, crank this up to 300 or 350 degrees, and these will be done a lot faster. Now, everything in here is already cooked, so the only thing that we're really doing today is we're just cooking the bacon. So I'm gonna let this go as long as it needs to. There's no time that I have in mind. I just want that bacon to be nice and rendered and a little bit crispy. I prefer my bacon to be actually on the more crispy side, so if you like yours a little bit like more soggy and not fully crispened up, by all means don't cook it as long as I do or pull it when I pull it. Make this your own. So we're gonna open up our lid now and we're just gonna place these on here in the center of our smoker and we're gonna let it roll till it's done. I'll come out and show you what they look like when they're all finished.
Here we go, guys. Check out these beautiful Twinkies. We're at the 2.5 hour mark. And this bacon is looking mighty fine to my liking, so let's get this inside and we're gonna dig in. What's up, you guys? We are back inside now. Take a look at these Texas Twinkies. These peppers look like they got extremely soft and we got this crispy bacon. I cannot wait to dig in. So I know I'm kind of late to doing this trend. A lot of other people have done this before me. This is a thing that's been around for a while, but the way that I did it, I think, is a little bit unique in the fact that it's actually not unique at all. When most people make these, they add seasoning on top of the bacon. They put in seasoning into their cream cheese mixture. They add in different kinds of cheeses. And the way that I did this was probably as simple as you could. I used just 8 ounces of cream cheese and 1 pound of chopped smoked brisket. And then I wrapped this up in normal bacon and put it on the smoker, and that's it. Now, if you wanted to, you could add in a little bit of spicy cheese or a special kind of cheese. You could put seasoning on top of this. You could do whatever you want to kind of kick up the flavor to match the profile that you like. But for me, I got kids, I'm busy, I work a lot, and I just wanted to keep this as simple as I could. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a bite. Now the ratio that I used was just 8 ounces of cream cheese to 1 pound of brisket. So I did like a 2-to-1 brisket to cream cheese ratio. And at first I thought that that was going to be a lot. However, I think this turned out great because there's so much pepper, there's so much cheese that brisket is able to shine through when it's at that 2-to-1 ratio. And you really taste a lot of the brisket. I feel like if you did like a 1-to-1 ratio, you'd probably have a lot more of like a cheese flavor in this than you would really like tasting the brisket. But let me tell you what, out of all of the different jalapeno poppers and all these random appetizer creations that I've smoked, I think this one is probably my favorite one. It's also probably the most expensive one too, because I had to buy a whole brisket and smoke a whole brisket. But the amount of different flavors we have going on here is crazy. We have the spiciness from our jalapeno, and our jalapeno was in that heat for about a good 2.5 hours. So it really softened up that pepper. Our bacon is nice and crispy, so it has like a, as soon as you bite into it, it's crispy. Then you get that soft, gooey, spicy, but then it's also meaty and cheesy and creamy. It's so many different textures and flavors going on, really just makes it incredible. Ideally, the best time to make these is gonna be for football season, which is what we're in right now, or any kind of party where you're gonna be serving some sort of main dish and you wanna put out an appetizer. This one is an absolute showstopper. It could even be your main course. And I say it can be your main course because it's not just like a jalapeno popper. It has that brisket in it, so it has a lot of protein. This is very thick and filling. Normally when I get to an end of a video, I always have that great idea of, oh man, now that I'm eating this, I really wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done this, or omitted this, added this, whatever it is. However, today, I am perfectly happy with how this came out. I couldn't imagine doing anything else to kind of change the flavor of this to make it better. It's really awesome. So this Texas Twinkie is filled with brisket and cream cheese. If you want to see another jalapeno popper style video filled with a different meat, you can check out this video right here. So hope you guys have a great day, night, whatever time it is when you find this video. And as always, I'll see you in my next Texas Twinkie coma.